All right, today I've got some different kinds of fruits to show you. First is the drupe, the single-seeded fleshy fruit. So just the one seed, like the peach pit here. Then we have some berries, like a banana. So mini seeds. This one would have at least 3 seeds. You can kind of see the threefold division in there. Of course, the bananas you buy in the grocery store don't really have true seeds. They won't grow from seeds anymore. They are vegetatively propagated. But you can see sort of the little black specks are the remnants of the seeds that would have been in there. So that's a type of berry. We've also got green peppers, another kind of berry. You see the seeds inside there. A little less fleshy tissue. But tomato, also a berry with the seeds inside, mini seeds. And then we have those modified types of berries like a peepo, which has a thicker leathery rind. Cantaloupe, watermelon, pumpkin, all of those would also be peepo. And a hesperidium, all the citrus fruits, orange and lemons and limes, would be a hesperidium with that leathery rind and the oil glands, the citrus oil glands in that rind. Now this lime didn't have any seeds in it, of course, but normally the seeds, of course, would be in here. It would have many seeds. Then we have a couple of types of accessory fruits, like the apple. Remember, the fleshy part of the apple, the part you eat, it really comes from the floral tube tissue. The only part that's really coming from the ovary is that core. And then we also have a strawberry. Remember, the strawberry is developing from mostly the receptacle tissue, so it would have sat in the flower this way. These would be the sepals down here on the bottom. The petals would have come out, they've fallen off. And this is the receptacle part that everything was attached to. Even the ovaries were attached to it, and that's what is now forming these little seeds, which are actually the whole fruit. They have the fruit wall on these little achenes that are attached to this fleshy ovary. And when you look inside the strawberry, you don't see the seeds on the inside, and you don't see any of that carpel structure like you see in the apple, where it has that 5-parted carpel structure. That's not in the strawberry because it's not coming from the carpels or from the ovary itself. It's coming from the receptacle. So this looks more like a stem with the vascular tissue and the cortex tissue and things like that. More like a stem arrangement. And then we have a pineapple. Remember, a pineapple is a multiple fruit. It comes from multiple flowers. The whole inflorescence really develops into the pineapple. All the individual flowers were attached where you see these spots. This is the remnants of the sepals that you can still see there, the little brown parts. The petals have fallen off, and the ovaries are all down inside the pineapple, the fleshy tissue, and it has all merged together into one fruit, but it came from this whole inflorescence structure. And I don't have a blackberry or a raspberry. I ran out of those. So those would be an example of an aggregate type of fruit that has many ovaries but still is just from one flower. So raspberry, blackberry would be an aggregate. And then don't forget about the various types of dry fruits. So these are not the, well, I do still have actually one fleshy fruit. Here's some wild huckleberries, the evergreen huckleberries developing on this branch. These are berries, like the other fleshy fruits. They're not quite ripe and fleshy yet. But then I have some other dry fruits on here. I have the samaras from maple. So this is a winged seed, and it has one seed and a achene, so it's a winged achene forming that samara, a dry fruit. Don't forget dandelion, also a dry fruit with wing plumed structure to blow through the wind as well. This is some of last year's rhododendron capsules, and see how they split open. Remember, a capsule is dehiscent. It splits open. And another type of capsule here off of columbine plant that's developing, and it will split open as well. And this one is off of a daffodil. It's pretty deteriorated, but it's also a capsule. All right, so see what kinds of fruits you can find in your kitchen or in your yard, and have fun playing with that.